Welcome to another episode of Don't Quote Me on the 27th Letter Podcast. My name is Landry Onigbinde Bay. Today is a special episode. This delves into Moorish science and the movement and the awakening of Moors waking up and realizing who they are. We know that de facto government is not going to teach you or educate you to know yourself or, become more like your ancestors, And this is very important to me, the Moorish science movement. And this is nothing new I've been talking about for years. There's videos. I did a documentary called I Am Not Black. You can check that out. It's actually on the same 27 letter YouTube page. You can check that out. You get some idea of what the Moorish science movement is about. So it's basically on a civic level. It teaches you how to conduct yourself and navigate through the system. Contract rules the world. If you don't know, just you being silent, you're agreeing to whatever happens or any type of miscarriage of justice that you see. Just you being silent, you're condoning it. So to get right to it, there's nothing new. I've been helping guys that are in prison for years. I told you many stories, even with the lady that prosecuted me. I ran into her as I'm supporting people and I ended up getting kidnapped or arrested because of it. I told you that story. You could check that out on previous video. So before I get into what occurred today on January 4th. So about in 2010, I got out and I got into Moorish science, and again, the story is nothing new. If you want to know more, I'm going to send you, I can give you links, you can DM me, and I documented my whole journey through just declaring my nationality as a Moor. So when I got the information and was enlightened, and it woke me up to the reality of the situation of even calling myself black, quote unquote black. Again, this is why I made this documentary called I Am Not Black, because again, that's just a slave tag that puts you under the jurisdiction to get abused. So once I came across the information, I was telling all my friends, anybody I could tell, passing them pamphlets, literatures to read, and I even sent a few literatures to guys that were incarcerated. But and I remember one particular incident where back in 2014 or 13, I can't remember, I sent some literature to one of my friends who was incarcerated, and he didn't even get it. When you send mail in, they read it, but this is literature. There should be no problem. They called the guy down to security, and questioning him about what this is about, and just really apprehensive about what the information is about, which is really nothing. This is just basic stuff. This is stuff that's in the Constitution. It's just about your rights, about your heritage. So back then, now we fast forward to 2024, so they say, but that's what we're going to go with. Gregorian calendar. It's 2024, as they say. And there's a couple of Moors who are in prison right now, and they reached out to myself and the Grand Sheikh of the temple, Cujo, in Canaan land, and they wanted to start their own cultural Moorish group, which is allowed within CSC. And I'll even read what the Ethnocultural Social Development Services on Correctional Service Canada website says. Offenders belonging to ethnocultural minority groups often have specific needs based on race, language, culture, or belief system. The federal correctional system works to address these needs to help preserve and promote cultural identity and practices. Right? So right there they tell you that they're with supporting you, whatever culture you are. And being a person that's been incarcerated, like, this is nothing new to me. I've been part of different groups. I mean, there's, you know, the Jewish group, they get their kosher meals. The Muslim groups, you know what I mean? They get their halal meals. And whatever celebration they're celebrating, whether it's Hanukkah or Ramadan, or whatever culture, Diwali, whatever your group is celebrating, the CSC supports it. So these two gentlemen, the group is small in this prison. You know, it just started, and that's another thing where there's guys that want to join the group and they're making it hard for them, which is unnecessary and unconstitutional, to try to deny people from to learn more about their heritage or seek learn more about their nationality, the truth about their nationality. For you to try to deny people, for CSC to try to deny guys that are incarcerated these things is an act of genocide, you know. So this is a right, this is a human right, you know. So these guys reached out to us. They wanted to celebrate Noble Drew Ali Day, which is coming up on January 6th, this coming Saturday. And they wanted to, the initial plan was to be able to zoom in over the internet, which they could accommodate, so they could watch the Noble Drew Ali celebration that we're having up here at Canaan Land. Which I think this is our what is it? 14th annual. This is our 14th annual one. So we've been doing this for a while. You know, you can see the footage. Just showing you some clips right now of past Drew Ali Day. And so these guys, you know, I've been learning and studying about their nationality, the Moorish faith and nationality, and their heritage, and they want to partake just like any other group is allowed to. So I have 5 principal cuisines. There's a vegan meal prep service, catering service that I run, and I'm also the person that primarily caters these events, the Moorish events, whether it's our summertime barbecue or Noble Drew Ali Day, like it's coming up. So we, as the temple, donated some food to these gentlemen. So I cooked, myself and my Empress cooked yesterday. I did like 5 pans. Look at the pictures. This is all the stuff I cooked. You know, these guys were having a feast. You know, I was going to take care of them, you know, because this is going to be the first Drew Ali Day celebration in prison. So, cooked all the food, delivered the food, and we've been in communication with the chaplain at this particular prison they're in, which is Collins Bay. And the plan was, again, let them watch the celebration, and also food being delivered by us, cooked by us and delivered to them for that particular dates to celebrate, and they're gonna have a feast, you know. So Thursday, I delivered the food to the chaplain as we planned. Come to find out, they're saying, oh, they weren't approved to be able to watch the actual event. And then on top of that, I think he told me that the 2 gentlemen who are in a group won't be allowed to even sit together to celebrate, which I was kind of confused because I never heard that. That was not part of the plan. That's not what we agreed upon with you guys. But regardless, I delivered the food, and even with the chaplain, I made sure he got his own little portion of food just for him to sample. So like he didn't have to look at the food that I cooked for the guys, and the plan was for the food to be put in the fridge until Saturday and then warmed up. Made cake, everything for these guys, salad, took care of them, you know, 5-star stuff, you know, you already know 5 principles. By the time I got home, I'm getting messages from the guys inside saying, for one, they gave him the food, which I was kind of excited about to hear, but then I was really taken back to hear that they were given just a plate of food. Look at all the food I cooked. Look at what I showed you guys in the pictures. These guys are supposed to have a feast and give them a plate. I don't know where we don't know where the rest of the food is. First of all, the food was supposed to be given to them on Saturday. They were supposed to refrigerate it, warm it up for them, and then the two gentlemen were supposed to go sit down and enjoy the day and celebrate Noble Drew Ali Day. Just like any other group would do, you know. This is nothing out of the ordinary. So what I'm asking for Moors to do in support of these gentlemen is to call the chaplain to ask what happened to the food. It makes no sense. You know, like, I know the food smelled great and tastes great too, so we're not too sure if there's any left, you know, to be frank, you know. The two gentlemen relayed to me that the food tastes great. The little plate that they got tastes great, and they would like more because, you know, this is what we donated, the temple donated, and hopefully we'll get to the bottom of this, and hopefully the food hasn't been touched, because if these guys want, they have enough food where, because they're in a maximum security prison, that they could actually have vegan, cultural vegan food till Saturday. They could feed them the 3 meals they feed them. They could feed them from that till on Friday, and then on the day of they could finish it off. You know, there should be no problem in them doing this. And if for whatever reason we can't find the rest of this food, we're not going to be too happy. You know, the temple's not going to be too happy. These two gentlemen, they're not going to be happy. You know, like, we appreciate the opportunity that CSC is providing for these guys, but please do not half-ass it for us. You know, we want the same treatment that you give other groups. You know, so please, again, as Moors, Collins Bay Institution, Kingston, Ontario. Call the chaplain, find out. You know, I'm gonna also send this video to the Attorney General and to Christine Gagnon, who is like the cultural diversity group leader. So the ethnocultural initiative, she's the one that pretty much is in charge of that. So I'm going to send her this video, and I'm going to send it to the Attorney General as well, because this is not right. These guys deserve to honor their prophet, Noble Drew Ali Day, just like all cultures honor their prophets. And we honor all prophets, by the way, too. Not just Noble Drew Ali, but just in particular day, it's for Noble Drew Ali. Thank you for listening again to the Moors. Support these Moors that are in there. Call for them. Inquire what's going on. All right. Check out this next video. This is my I Am Not Black documentary. It's right here somewhere. Check it out. You'll learn more about this Moorish faith and movement and awakening. Peace. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Just wanted to update you. It's Friday morning, January 5th, a day before Noble Drew Ali Day. I just spoke to the chaplain, and I recorded what he had to say, and this is what he had to say. All right? So do what you got to do with the information. Contact who you need to contact to support this Moors, because it's obvious that some underhanded tactics are being done, because it's unfair, and it's a human rights violation at this point, you know. Anyways, here's what the chaplain had to say.
Chaplain, Paul here.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. How was the food, by the way?
The food was absolutely fantastic.
Okay, excellent.
Some of the best vegan. It is the best vegan I've ever had. Yeah.
Okay, that's good to hear. Fortunately, I got word that the guys, for one, got the food yesterday as opposed to
Yep.
Saturday, and they only got for some reason they only got a plate or something like that.
Right. It was a lot of food for just two guys.
Yeah.
So I didn't. It wasn't my decision. This is the higher ups.
Who's
they
that?
request the warden staff.
Okay.
Okay, and so that would be their call, and so they're the ones that made the decision that the inmates receive what's considered an inmate portion, and the rest has been put into freeze.
Okay, so they'll get to access it as to get more.
This is sort of out of my hands now. Again, the chaplains are at the bottom of the decision poll.
I understand that.
Yeah,
I don't listen, Paul. I don't blame you for anything at all. You know what I mean? Like, I understand the system. Like, I'm not looking at. I'm just trying to get some answers because
sure.
a lot of things kind of were reneged upon that we've already agreed upon, and it's like I don't know. I've seen other groups get their food culturally, no problem, even down to the Wiccans. Everybody gets supported. Why come the Moorish American group, which is small, by the way, it's only two people, and like, why are they getting such resistance?
Right. No resistance from our end.
I understand that. I know the chaplaincy is not involved in this. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this because this is unconstitutional and this is unfair at the very least. You know, you can't deny people a group of to meet up or a faith to meet up. You can't deny them. That's a human rights violation. You know.
Listen, to be honest, if we were to do work to rule here, you're familiar with the term work to rule?
Yeah.
Yeah, work to rule, we wouldn't have even had to have done the meals. And so the institution was actually going over and above what is required for that. So whenever food's allotted out for special purposes, that's actually over and above what is required.
Yeah, but it's actually a common thing though for every group. So I've something I've witnessed. I've been part of other groups too. So while I was incarcerated, I spent almost 7.5 years. You got my book.
Yeah, it's not uncommon to do meals.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
like I said, because often the institution will go over and above what is legally required of them.
Mm-hmm.
If they were to just go with what is legally required, a lot of stuff would be shut down for the guys.
I don't know about that because in the ethnocultural directive, it says you guys are supposed to support everybody's cultural beliefs and faith.
Chaplaincy has nothing to do with culture.
Yeah.
We're just there is an ethnocultural committee here, separate department altogether.
Yeah, but that's part of the whole umbrella. You know what I mean? It's all part of the umbrella. But I want to thank you so much. It's great meeting you. I'm going to try to contact who's the warden?
Well, the warden is Christine Anderson, but she's away.
Okay. So who's the acting warden?
The warden is Trevor McQuaig.
McQuaig. Okay, so I could just call and ask for Trevor McQuaig?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, how do you spell his name, by the way? Last name.
I'll tell you in just a second here. MC.
Mm-hmm.
And then capital C.
Okay.
UAIG.
UAIG. Is there a number? Yep. Is there a direct number?
That I can't give you. No, you would have to go through the institutional switchboard.
Okay, that's no problem.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Take care.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.